Hello, I'm Simkoya, and welcome back to Rosie in the City. So, real quick, if you watched until the very end of the last two episodes of Rosie in the City, then you know that there's a Rosie in the City playlist. So, each episode is actually named after the song being added to the playlist. So, check it out. The link is in the description box below. You can listen on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Now, let's get into this episode. So, right now, Rosie is frantically working to finish her gig. And she just completed all of her icons. So now it's time to submit those to her client for approval. When I tell you, these icons were a hot mess. So Rosie is a perfectionist, which means creating these icons in the first place has taken all day. Like, she's just taken so long. So now that she's submitting everything for approval, and unfortunately, they are not up to the client standards in any way, shape, or form. So she has to redo all of her icons. So that is pretty much how she is spending her day right now. She's finally at home with focused and trying to get his work done because she's got to get to the money. How many simoleons does she have? Like, what is that, 50? Not many at all. So let's hope that Rosie can complete all of her icons in time. So unfortunately, these icons still are not up to her client standards. So, actually, one of them was. One of them was up to their standards, but not the other two. So she has to keep on working on that. Okay, so it is approaching Sunday at 9 o'clock when I think her gig is due, only to find out that her gig is actually due Monday at 9 o'clock. So she has it all 24 hours. So Rosie is like, girl, I'm about to go take a nap. Like, I was stressing out for no reason, just doing the most. So our dad is actually texting us to hang out at the flea market. But little does he know, we have not completed our gig yet, so we have no money to even spend at the flea market. And we're dead tired from spending all these hours in a row trying to cram and finish our gig. So we're going to actually deny that hangout request. But we're starving, so we have a goal as a serial romantic to go on 2 dates. So we're like, you know what? Let's try to go grab some food with, one of these guys that we met this weekend. And so I'm looking in the relationship panel, trying to decide who should she ask on a date. Felix, Daniel, or Ethan. My girl's got options. And I put Wonderful Whims back in my game. So now we can see that Rosie perceives Felix as very attractive. She only thinks Daniel is attractive. And if we check out Ethan, she only thinks he's attractive too. So see, I knew that Rosie really, really had something for Felix. He was the first sim that she met when I accidentally saved my first gameplay. And I don't know, every time she sees Felix, like, he just does something to her, like she gets butterflies. So, and for some reason, we can't ask Felix on a date. I don't know if it's because we've had a few romantic interactions with Ethan and Daniel, even though we don't have a romance bar with Daniel yet, and we actually haven't done any romance interactions with Felix. So maybe that's why. But Rosie has an embarrassed moodlet because she just got denied for her date. Who did she ask? Was that Ethan or Daniel? Either way, he was like, no, not right now, girl. I'm sorry. So she's like, okay, I got options, let's call Daniel. She's like, I know Daniel won't turn me down. Actually, we canceled that call. So Rosie is going to give herself a pep talk and check herself out in the mirror before she calls Daniel to see if he wants to go on a date. She is like, how is Ethan going to turn me down? Like, what is wrong with him? And so she's checking herself out. She's feeling a little better. She's just so hungry. She's just like, oh, let me go ahead and call Daniel right now. And see, we were calling Ethan thinking since they had a romantic relationship, he would say yes. But he totally didn't. All right, so she's like, hey, Daniel, are you hungry? Want to go out to eat on a date? And he also said no. So Rosie is really feeling terrible right now. She is like, oh my gosh, I'm not eating that fruit cake. It's so nasty. I need to just throw it away. So my girl is in here going to make a salad. She's just like, I can't believe this. She's like, do they not know who I am? I'm Rosie mother effing Adams. Like, put some respect on my name. So it was at this point when Rosie realized she did not want that salad. So she's like, you know what? Let me call my dad. I know he won't turn me down. We can go out and get a burger or something to eat. And Rosie, she's just depressed. She's like bringing out all this food. Okay, so Roger and Rosie are at this little restaurant that's actually right next to the cafe. But for some reason, they cannot request a table. I don't know if that's a glitch or I checked. The restaurant wasn't missing any required features. There's a chef there, but I noticed there's no host, there's no waitress. So I don't really know what is going on with that. So now my girl is still hungry. So she's just talking to her dad, trying to get some reassurance. She's like, Dad, like, what is going on? Like, is something wrong with me? Do you think I've done something? And she's like, no. And so she gets a phone call while she's asking her dad, like, why is she getting turned down? And Daniel is like, do you want to go on a date? Like, meet me at the bar. So Rosie is like, oh, Dad, never mind. False alarm. I knew nothing was wrong with me. And so what I'm thinking is Daniel wanted to be the quote unquote man in this situation. He's like, how dare she ask me on a date first? I am completely capable. I know how to ask you on a date. Can you just be patient? And so she's just like, okay, enforce your manliness then. Like, let's meet up and go on a date. And so he actually brought her to Brightchester. She's like, okay, college town, you know, the drinks are half off. I'm not mad at it. So they're going to go to the bar and grab some food and some drinks and have a good time. But before they go in there, let's see, what are they going to do? She's going to flirt a little bit. She's like, we have got to get this romantic relationship, like, going for real. Okay, so like before, at night on the town, Daniel is accepting all of our flirtatious advances, so things are going pretty well. And we've got our pita and hummus tapas. So now, let's let the date begin. And I don't know why, but Rosie is always funky when her and Daniel are together. And I just asked him his attractiveness preferences, and he says, I dislike formal outfits. And Rosie is like, yo, me too. The comfier, the better. Like, this is going to be great. And she's like, yeah, I'm trying out this new natural deodorant. I have to go through a detox phase. So, oh, who is that? Rosie is like, ooh, somebody else I can meet. And of course, he dips out too quick. But she's like, don't worry. I've got my eye on you. I will see you again. But now she's focused back on her date that she's currently on. You know, they're going to just flirt a little bit. Oh, and the drinks are here. So Rosie and Daniel are just mixing and mingling, drinking their drinks, eating their tapas. And I swear someone always comes and sits in between them when they're trying to get to know each other. Like, I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so she's like, all right, Calvin, hey, since you really wanted to talk, she's tired. And Daniel's like, woo, Something smells like Funyuns. She's like, oh my gosh, Daniel, I told you the natural deodorant detox. Like, stop judging me. And okay, so Rosie wanted to take a picture with Daniel, but then she saw the option to take one with Felix was available. So she's like, oh my gosh, did I just see Felix? So she's like frantically looking around trying to see if Felix is somewhere in the bar, and she didn't see him while her back was to the rest of the bar. But trying to not let Daniel see that she's like not really focused on him right now. So she's like, where is Felix? Like, I thought I saw his hair. No, that's Cameron. Where is he? Did he go upstairs? Is he in the bathroom? She doesn't see Felix at all. So she's like, okay, well, let's go ahead and take this selfie with Daniel. Focus, Rosie, focus. And of course, Cameron's big old noggin is in the way. So we're going to have to try this again. Okay, finally. This is really cute. Daniel and Rosie look really cute together. Like, I'm proud. I'm impressed. Cute. Okay, so we're not going to put those on Simstagram. We're just going to save those and maybe give it to him as a gift later. Like, I know you love me, Daniel. Yes, she's going there already. Okay, so he enjoyed the date. He's like, well, that was a nice time. I'll call you maybe. And she's like, Daniel, I know you're going to call me. Don't even play coy. Okay, Rosie's like, I smell a hater. Who is that? So Rosie is like, yeah, Daniel, this has been a great time. Thank you so much for inviting me on this date. I really had fun. And the option for a first kiss is here, but I don't think I want it in the bar. But she's like, so, the night is still kind of young. Why don't you come back to my place? And he's like, a sleepover? Sounds great. And Rosie's like, I didn't say all of that, but you can come over. Okay, when Rosie got back, she took a shower because funk fi funk. But why my girl is out in the hallway knocked out, I don't know. And then our friend Penny is having a party. So the struggle is real right now. But yes, it's happening. Rosie and Daniel are sharing their first kiss. And he's like, oh yeah, you don't smell like Funyuns, girl. You smell like roses. I like it. I like it. And she's like, well, they don't call me Rosie for nothing. And so she's like, why don't you come a little closer, Daniel? And he's like, oh, don't mind if I do. She's like, great. And so, yeah, they're, getting a little touchy-feely, having a good time. And yeah, they were kissing for a long time, but I guess that's why it's called making out. And Rosie is still passing out. Now she's on the other side of the couch. And Penny's party is still going. Daniel's also falling asleep. So Rosie is just like, I can't hang anymore. She's like, Daniel, I'm going to bed. Do what you want. Sleep on the couch. Come in here. Whatever. It's up to you. I also tried to knock on the door so I can tell Penny, like, girl, I know it's the weekend and you can totally have a party, but can you turn it down a little bit? So Daniel, he was pretty much over it. He was like, I should get going. I'm going to go back to my place. Like, my neighbors are, some elderly folk. They definitely don't do this in the middle of the night. So now when we wake up in the morning, we definitely have to finish working on these icons and get those submitted so we can get paid. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out the playlist if you're into that. The links are in the description below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.